Right, it's the moment of truth. Let's see how the joint goes together or not. This could be extremely embarrassing. Anyway, well, looks okay. Let's try a block of wood. If you're really having to pelt it with a hammer, don't go any further, take it apart because it's too tight and you'll just end up splitting the wood. I've just shaped the end of a dovetail into this block so that I can get between the tails and tap them home. I've allowed for 1/2 mil, when the joint's together, I've allowed 1/2 mil to plane off when it's glued up. Right, that's not too bad at all. There's just sort of hairline gaps, but I don't know whether you can see that, but that's not too bad. Great. When you want to take the joint apart so you can glue it up, a really good method of getting the joint apart is just to stick it on something like a towel, and you'll find that it's coming apart, look. There you go. Time to glue up. I normally use Titebond glue now. I used to use PVA, but I've gone on to Titebond and I prefer it. What I do is I smear all the joints, the mating surfaces. I don't go over the top with the obviously you don't need much, and generally the inside is oiled and waxed, so any spill out on the inside is easily cleaned up when it's dry. Okay. Always conscious about getting glue on the outer pins, because that's a point possibly where it might fail. It's just a smear. Okay. I don't concentrate on banging it down in one point just in case it splits, so I like to sort of go along. I'm also not really and whacking it because I don't want to put a great big dent in this face. Right, that's it. Square. That's pretty good. Now, a little trick that you can do, if there's a, it only works if there are sort of hairline gaps, is just to swell the timber with an iron at this point. And that's it. Right, we'll leave that to dry and clean it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so we're at the last stage, which is just cleaning the joint up. Now, one technique you can use, if there's still some sort of hairline cracks in the joint, you can use a file, put a bit of masking tape on the end so you're not marking the face of your work, and sort of use a pushing as you're filing action, and that'll sort of push the fibres over into that gap. Again, it's only for hairline cracks. It doesn't obviously work if there's a really big gap, but luckily with this joint it's not too bad, so I can go straight on to hand planing. So we'll do that. I'm working obviously in rather than out. Just working up. I don't concentrate on one point. And then I've got this one set to a finer cut, so let's probably knock that one off the bench. So I can still see my marking gauge line, but I obviously want to get rid of that. But that's quite light, so I should lose that without removing too much material. It's quite. Yeah, it's nearly gone. Okay. The end of the pins, tails. Okay. Back onto the tighten this. Now there is some tear out on that maple. I've got the plain set of very fine shavings, and I've closed the mouth up as much as I can. So that's pretty much got rid of that tear out. There's a marking gauge line there. Yeah, so sharp plane, as small a gap as you can have between your blade and the sole, front sole. Which will help. Right, that's it. There you go, if you can see that.